First off, really disappointing in the loss. Really a tale of two halves. First half, defensively we couldn't get any stops. Second half we did. Played complimentary football in the second half. I know, and I talked to the team about this too. There was a lot of plays before the fumble that happened in the game. So I just told our players to make sure they stick together, not point fingers at anyone. No one's trying to fumble the ball in that situation. So I made sure I addressed the team, make sure they put their arms around Rashad, because there was plenty of opportunities before that play for us to make a difference in the football game. So that'll be on me. Thought our players, played for 60 minutes, but it's just a tale of two halves, and we can't let them jump out the way they did in the first half. We had a lot of corners down. We ended up playing Tyson McCrary, who was a walk-on. He came in and did a good job, and Sam McCall and even Tyler Scott played some minutes. Just really, really injury-prone, and just proud of the guys' effort overall, and we just got to take the bye week, get back healthy, and, play for our name, play the best version of yourself the remainder of the season, play for pride, and all those things that come with playing the football game.
What wasn't working in the first half? What was the conversation like at halftime to kind of get the effort you did get in the second half?
I wouldn't say it was the effort. I think it was a lot of new guys that were playing some positions in the secondary and just didn't execute. They executed, I think, in the first half every third down, and then when they didn't get it on third down, they got it on fourth down. So they were 100% scoring in the first half, and that makes it tough when you don't get any stops. And some of the third downs were very long. I mean, they scored a long explosive play touchdown on one of those third downs. And just giving up those chunk plays like that is always a recipe for disaster.
What ultimately did you hear on the field about the upholding of the fumble call on Rashad?
It was upheld. They said he wasn't down, so I can't, I don't. Maybe it's the camera angles in this deal. We don't have a lot of camera angles at games like this, and so I can't answer that.
What were you able to do well just offensively in the second half, just to make that comeback and even the score? Just what did you see from the offensive side in the second half?
Yeah, it all started with the defense. They started the half, got a 3 and out. Offense went down, put points on the board. Defense did another good job of stopping their offense. Offense went down and scored. So they were doing the things that were needed for us to get back into the game. You wish you could have got a touchdown instead of a field goal. And even on the last touchdown, we told the defense to allow them to score to give us a chance with the ball back. Luckily, they did run the ball in the end zone because we didn't have but one timeout left. And if they just get tackled there, then they could pretty much kneel it out and don't allow us any time to have an opportunity to get the ball back.
We've been talking about for the past few weeks the rushing game, and we've seen an impressive rushing game tonight. What was the strategy behind that improvement?
I think the O-line came off the ball, backs broke tackles, had good run reads. The quarterback had a couple of runs where he added to that total as well. So it was really a cohesive effort with O-line, receivers blocking, and backs and quarterbacks carrying the football.
What can the team just do better overall? You mentioned just a slow start, and you've just been falling behind in these contests. What can you do as a staff, as a team, just to not be behind by so much and having to make these comeback efforts?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, first half we had, we were out without Chums. BB went down. Deuce. Walker went down. And then we ended up playing some guys that hadn't been really playing, and just gave a lot of explosive plays in the first half. And just like I said earlier, the third down conversions, and then if they didn't get it on third down, they got it on fourth down. So we just got to play a lot better in those critical situations and and get stops like we did in the second half. So I thought the offense moved the ball in the first half. I didn't think we were stagnant. It was just a matter of not getting any stops of their offense.
Can you talk about the play of Kedrick there, kind of your impact defender, getting a sack and a half, another TFL as well?
Yeah, he filled in for Kobe Owens, who also went down. He played a good game, but I just have to go back and watch, the tape and see all the real part of the game and see if it was, more than just stats, because sometimes we get caught up at stats and sometimes we're not doing our job when we're in the game and the stats get magnified. So I have to go back and look at the tape and see what and who did well and how they played.
We've also talked about the 2 quarterback system that you have here. Are you ready to make a decision about who would permanently start throughout the rest of the season?
I think it's pretty obvious because you didn't see the coach, TJ Finley, the last couple of games. I'm not saying that, we won't play another quarterback, but I think Cam Brown did an outstanding job. And also, just speaking on Cam Brown, I think some things got misconstrued about the things that he has going on. Is nothing that is of anything of his behavior. He's a model student, comes from a great family. And when that time comes, he will let the world know what was going on. But he's done a outstanding job the last couple of weeks. And, unfortunately, we didn't get the W.
Well, I wanted you to say it, Coach. It was obvious to me, too. Now, I remember a few weeks ago, you also said there were some internal things going on that were impacting the team. Have those things been resolved without giving too much detail, of course?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, there's nothing that is bad or he's a bad kid. He's a great kid. Comes from a great family. Does things the right way. He's a model student. And when that time comes, he'll let the world know.
How do you sort of regroup? Bowl game out of the picture, losing season confirmed, I guess. How do you get the guys back after the bye week?
Yeah, it's all about, internal pride, coaches included. We got to make sure that we put a game plan together for Coastal, get healthy, and, we got to put the best version of ourselves on tape. I mean, just because you don't have things out in front of you to necessarily play for, you're still playing for something, and that is pride, and we're still got a chance to win games. And we got a lot of winners in that locker room and on our staff, and I expect nothing but them to put their best foot forward the rest of the year with whoever we have that's able to play.
You've mentioned some of the injuries, but the defensive struggles have lasted a little longer than that. As you're now heading into another open week, do you contemplate greater changes on the defense side of the ball, maybe with coaching responsibilities with the extra time?
We'll look at everything. I can't rule out anything, but like I said, when you got so many new guys that are playing and calls are kind of blown. We just got to look at the tape, take a deep assessment of ourselves and, make the proper decision. But I don't have a lack of confidence because those same players, minus a couple, played the second half and they did their job. So it's something that we got to make sure we're taking our practice habits to our performance on the game night.
And the last one, I just want to ask about Jordan. Kind of got more of the run in the second half there, running the ball, what you saw from him in the running back.
Yeah, he did a good job of hitting holes, running hard, breaking tackles, but the offensive lines be complimented as well, as well as the receivers blocking downfield. Like I said, I'm proud of our guys' effort the second half. It was just unfortunate that we couldn't finish the game with a W, and that's just the biggest disappointment right now. And I know we got some guys in there hurting because they pour a lot into this game week in and week out, and everyone's going to have a salty taste in their mouth, and that's always a tough deal on a bye week. But I'm proud that our guys did prepare and on a very short week, and South Alabama had a longer rest time, recovery time. So our guys are to be commended for putting in a game plan and having a chance to win.